Emerald Dragon. So I was thinking about this game today. It's a very good game. I was thinking that it's interesting that there are a few ways where you can do a Dark Lord final boss kind of setup in a game. The two main ways is, here is the Dark Lord. He's going to talk to you, he's gonna taunt you, you're gonna meet him in multiple cinematics before you face off against him, he's kind of a dick, etc. Then you defeat him. That's one of the main ways. Another of the main ways you can do a Dark Lord in a game like this. Alright though, there's something about the music makes you want to play. Yes. The worst thing about Shadowrun for the SNES is that it says at the end, see you in Shadowrun 2, and it never happened. So, the other way you can do a Dark Lord in a game like this, one of the other main ways, is you talk about it in hushed tones. Every now and again, he gets mentioned. You see his name, you don't know what he looks like, he never shows up, he doesn't taunt you. He's way too above from you, like, you know nothing about it, and then suddenly there he is, like you build up the mystery. Now both ways have their upsides and their downsides. Like, you're having a full setup of here's the bad guy and you keep seeing him like, you know, Kafka in Final Fantasy VI. That's pretty good. It gives you opportunity to build up the character and it makes it satisfying when you face him. The whole thing where you just hear about the bad guy and you never see it, you never hear about it, like in the original Diablo, that's also very good. It builds up the mystery when you finally meet it. Oh, that's the guy, that's what it looks like. He's finally talking to me, oh shit, I'm dying. And I really appreciate Emerald Dragon that it feels like there was a lot of planning into it. It has both. I know it's not the only game that does that. Hello there, Raccoon. It's not the only game that does that, but I really appreciate the fact that it does both. So I have Ostercon, which is the Kafka in my analogy. He keeps showing up, he keeps taunting you, you see him in cinematics, you face off against him, he escapes, etc. And then you have the big bad, really bad dude, which in this game is Garcia, which would be the equivalent to Diablo in my analogy. Which is, here is a fucked up dude, you hear about him, you never see him, he never talks to you. I still don't know if the Archdemon is Garcia or if the Archdemon is someone above him. Archdemon. Whoever Ostercon sold his soul to, I think it was to Garcia, the Infernal one. So now we had all the satisfaction of dealing with a bad guy, Dark Lord, and finally defeating him, right? Wiping his mug off his face. His smugness, the smug smirk from his face. But we're still on the phase of Garcia. What does it look like? Does it sound like? What are its motives? So the game has both, and that's pretty good. Feel that way to Chrono Trigger too. Yes, I was actually thinking about Chrono Trigger because the other day I was saying, oh, this is an evil Dark Lord. And someone joked in chat, as opposed to a non-evil Dark Lord. And I immediately replied, yes, like in Chrono Trigger. No spoilers, but if you know it, you know it. And that's pretty good. That's one of the things that makes Chrono Trigger so fucking special. Yes, you'd have an intangible enemy and a stopgap tangible one. That's like, it's not original, but it requires being properly executed. Otherwise you just have like way too many enemies to care about. You have to drip feed the main bad guy, in this case Garcia. And then here's Ostercon, but there is something happening in the back, and we're not holding that off for a sequel, because that sucks. Kafka versus Kafka. I wasn't sure, I don't know which one it is, whatever. Alright, so let's move over here, and let's get the show on the road. 22.5 hours. Good game. And it's so civilized that you get an auto load. You just turned on your console and you're already playing. Exactly from where you left off. That's almost modern. This is better than modern consoles save stating, like suspending, software suspending. This is very good. Here comes the fading from the song. The crossfade, I mean. The crossfade, listen. Crossfade into battle music. I still think that's the fanciest thing ever. Can South stay alive? Place your bets. He can. There you go. Speaking of X-Men Evolution cartoon around the year 2000, right after the story of Apocalypse was drip fed to you, unlocking one of multiple keys working from each season, culminating in the series finale. That's very good! Back from the days where they didn't just cancel the series before they could end whatever they were building up to. You know, this is gonna be like a horrible, dumb as comparison as well, but it does remind me of the first 5 seasons, which are the planned ones, of Supernatural. First season was so slow that they almost canceled the entire season because of that. Very known one. Yeah, the one with the amazing intro song. Like the original 5 seasons of Supernatural are like a closed story arc. And you build up to Lucifer on the 5th season. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't show, or he barely shows on the first 4 seasons, have minor enemies or have his lieutenants or whatever. White, yellow eyes, like I haven't watched that in like 20 years. But yeah, they nearly canceled it after the first season because, you know, it was going for the long game. Hello there, Sakura, welcome in, my friend. Good evening, Indiana Starman. Welcome in, my friend. Oh, Strix. Today I have turned my wife into a hacker, and I have told her she's now a hacker. I have installed Linux on her laptop because it was either that or forcing Windows 11 because it didn't want to get installed. Did you guys know? Some of you probably know this, but if Microsoft doesn't like your computer and you're on Windows 10, it will not only tell you that you cannot install Windows 11, it will tell you that you are unsafe. And it's going to tell you you can either buy a new computer, get wrecked, or you can click here and pay for a subscription for security updates. Who the fuck does that? You are unsafe. Your computer is at risk. It would be a shame if anything happened to it. Fuck Microsoft, good lord. So I was like, look, I can pay Microsoft, I can force your computer into a technically unsupported state, or I can just put Linux in it and we can be done with it. Hacker wife, yes. And get free updates too, they know about it and don't stop it. Yes, but that's the point. Like I always used to say, I use Windows because it's free. It's always been free. Windows is a free product. It has been since Windows 1.0. I've never paid for Windows. I never bought a laptop that came preloaded with Windows. I don't care. I use it because it is technically free, always has been. The second I am forced to pay for Windows, I'm switching to Linux. That's what I used to say. Now, I don't have to pay money for Windows, but I have to pay in other ways. With annoyance and extra work and disabling things that keep getting re-enabled. And OneDrive and Copilot. So this is the point where I told my wife, look, fuck it, if I'm going to put in the extra work, I'm just gonna put Linux on this thing. And it's good, and there's nothing in there, it just runs faster. And yeah, I'm glad I should have done that earlier. Then we just move on. Yeah. Windows is only massively widespread thanks to piracy. Yes, very few if any have ever actually paid for licenses. The only people who pay for Windows licenses are the people who buy laptops. And they don't know any better than to buy one. Like, well, no, sometimes you can't buy one that doesn't have Windows. Use the system you don't have to work around. Yeah, it's this cave that I missed. Now, the only thing that my wife uses that's not reasonably available for Linux is Google Drive. I already moved her from Office to Google Docs a long time ago because I'm tired of installing Microsoft Office for people. I managed to move my mom to Google Docs. She had been on Office since the 90s. Forbidden Cave. Yeah, this is the Forbidden Cave in the southeast. We have to find the Azure manuscript here and take it to the temple. The only thing that Linux doesn't support properly is Google Drive. You can mount a Google Drive file system so the files are accessed online, but no, I want a folder to be synchronized normally. So I just made my own setup that wraps around rclone. I've been testing it on my own computer on Windows and Linux for like 2 weeks, and I've set it up on her new laptop. And now she has a folder that is constantly synchronized to Google Drive without wasting 3 gigabytes of memory of having the Google Drive client up at all times, tracking every single change. And the only downside, the very only downside is that it might take up to 15 minutes for a file to show up on Google Drive after she changes it. It's whatever. And I know, like, I try to avoid talking about this technical stuff on stream sometimes because I know it can be boring. But I enjoy talking about it too much. Windows gives the tools on their website to get it free, get free updates on 10, it's just hidden. Yeah, like I said, at that point I'm just installing Linux. Like, if they want to make it harder, sure, I guess I'll just give up and install Linux. I'm not gonna give up and buy a new laptop. I'm gonna give up and install Linux. Like, I've been moving slowly towards Linux. The speed has picked up. To the point where sometimes I have to be on Windows for work and for my streaming. And that's usually when I'm slightly uncomfortable on my computer. Which is a good sign. Moved to LibreOffice like 8 months ago. Even with the awkwardness, now you don't even want to use Office. Yeah, no, like, for that I got used to Google Docs, so it's whatever. What is that? Oh, there's a chest in there. Oh, so they all have chests, but they have that thing that probably does damage to me? Outlook. I've heard that people get really stuck on Outlook. I'm so happy that I don't even know what it is for. Back in my day, Outlook was an email client. I tested it, it was worse than Eudora. Does anyone remember Eudora? Did anyone here use Eudora? That was before the days of Mozilla Thunderbird. I'm glad that I don't know what Outlook is good for, so I don't have to rely on it. This month, people are getting their PC broken through some Office apps. I've heard that Windows was refusing to open up Terminal, saying that people didn't have the rights to use it because it was acquired from the Microsoft Store, and then so can I open Terminal? I use it a lot. Yeah, it's still working. Good. I hope of moving now they got Adobe working. Nice! I got out of Adobe a long time ago, like, I was tired of pirating that. So I got used to GIMP. I tried to use KDE in Live, but it kept messing up with the synchronization on my cuts. After some update, I couldn't fix it. So I switched to DaVinci, which is free and works on Linux, so it's whatever. And it renders videos a lot faster than KDE in Live. Probably uses some proprietary bullshit. Same for moving from Office even to a different destination. Yeah, no, I put everyone on Google Docs because, yeah, now you can open the same... My mom was always saving a file on her computer, copying it, sending it to herself over email, then opening on her laptop or whatever. Like, dude, look, it's going to be annoying for a few months, especially because she's, like, older. But get used to this. I gave her Google Docs. Everything is here. Everything's gonna work forever. Don't worry about it. Same for my wife. My wife has been on Google Docs for even longer. And what I like about that is that I can edit my documents on the browser and then it's gone. I don't need to have anything installed. Not talking shit about LibreOffice, but I don't want to have it installed. Remember, but never used it. Use the bat. Don't you know who people using Outlook? They didn't update, you had Outlook and the Microsoft account probably got your PC broke. Your PC breaks a lot if you have your Microsoft account linked in. I think people that couldn't get Terminal to open were that people who had OneDrive delete their files. Like, that's the other thing I used to say. If Microsoft ever forces me to use a Microsoft account on my own computer, I'm moving to Linux. I am not a professional visual artist. Yeah, no, I am aware. I get it. Don't worry. Yeah, and I'm glad that you can move. I'm surprised that Adobe doesn't work on the browser. Like, they don't have their tools. They already have the subscription being an online thing anyway. I like using Google Docs, even not extensively. Yeah, me too. Like, it's just convenient, I guess. And, like, I use it mostly for spreadsheets. And it does everything I could want it for. Even does some advanced stuff that I don't actually use, so it's fine. Okay, you turn that thing invisible up here. There we go. Actually used macOS for some time. It's fine for it, rubbish for everything else. I have had to use macOS multiple times. I have a virtual machine on my computer with macOS installed that I need to use for work every now and again. I hate it. I've always hated it. I always thought it was like the worst. It makes my productivity take a nosedive whenever I have to use that thing. I hate it. I wouldn't use it if it was cheaper than free. I wouldn't use it if they paid me. That's what I mean. I mean, it depends on how much. Like, if they tell me, look, here's a free laptop, but then you have to use macOS, I'll be, okay, for a free laptop, I'll do it. But then they want me to pay for it? No thanks. Say that OpenMU on Mac is very, very good. Not familiar, don't even know what that is. Is that for, like, virtual machines or something? Wonder drugs from Forbidden Fruits, Breaking Bad or Cooper Bad? Yes, we are on an island that apparently has forbidden fruits, and there is a doctor that can turn those into wonder drugs that I think are permanent stat upgrades, but I haven't found any fruits yet. Hello there, Cubase, welcome in. Adobe now has a real competitor. Also, their subscription is their program in browser like Google Docs. That's a subscription that I would use if I needed. Because it's not, you're not paying for the software, you're paying for like storage and other stuff, I guess. I don't know. OS feels like if they made an OS for a child's computer to ease into it. Man, why did my start menu open? Did I do some weird ass controller shortcut that opened the, what happened? Kibitz, can you stop hacking my computer? I think it was Kibitz. I'm streaming, can you do that later? I don't know, man, my mom is still on iPhone. We've been trying to convince her to get off of it, but it's a whole thing. And it got updated recently, and it looks like a child's toy. The interface, it's so garish. It's full of shiny bubbles, it's horrendous, it's tasteless. And then, one of the main features she uses on her phone, because it's a phone, is blocking phone numbers. Okay, spam caller block. They removed that functionality. For like 2 months, she was fucking pissed. Now it's back. It wasn't her messing up, I looked it up. Apple forgot to add that feature for the iPhone SE. How is the meat clear, I think? Mostly due to the file browser having way too much space, not being able to see much of the files in your list at once. The entire interface on, like... I feel that they were so fucking ahead when they released the first iPhone. And then Android had to play catch up for nearly 10 years. And when Android caught up in like mid-2010s, Apple just decided to have to get away from them, and they just fucking got jacked, man. Everything on an iPhone, it looks and works worse. I've been hearing reports that people are having widespread trouble with their keyboards, with the touch keyboards on their iPhones. That's a basic functionality. How do you mess that up? For example, yeah. You heard of a game today, the theme is Grand Combat, also hacking. Access your opponent's terminal commands, and the dev has made it clear that this is intended such an ass. Sounds good, but... it's on sync. But wait, is that a multiplayer game? Then I don't like the idea as much. We don't have healing here, so this is dangerous. Like they're for real. Oh no, fuck that. That's fascinating and no thanks. You need to set up a virtual machine just to play that game. I thought it was a faking game thing. No. Is that game available in a Docker container? Like, it's fascinating and fun when they do something like that in Hacknet, where at some point in the game, for the expansion, they actually need you to do stuff on your real computer to continue playing. It's part of the progression. And it's fine. It basically amounts to running... Ah, she's dead. It amounts to you running a console command to delete a file. That's still a bit dangerous. I'm okay with it, but that's still a bit dangerous. And even that, like, I feel like it's a bit iffy, as creative as it is. Whatever you just described is... no. Not even a warning about it, that's... okay, now that's crossing a line. We can do more than that. Yeah, no, if you can run terminal commands, you can probably hijack their boot sector or some shit. I mean, there are literal hacking devices which are a little thumb drive that you stick into a computer. It pretends to be a keyboard and it types commands. It doesn't need auto run or anything because it's just a keyboard. The system lets the keyboard type. And you can write whatever you want. It loads up from a file and it runs everything you want. I think that's the... it's a yellow duck or some other cute animal. So no, that's not okay. It's actually a very powerful tool in the sense that you could theoretically... I need to heal people here. In the sense that you could like have a recovery thing that doesn't require this. But yeah. I mean, might as well play your game over like TeamView. TeamViewer? I haven't used that thing in so long I don't even remember the name. I think it's TeamViewer. It had a hack at some point, and people from China or India were accessing people's computers. The solution was locate your logs, see if you were accessed. It can be useful for legit, like for business and quickly set up PCs. Yeah, no, not TeamSpeak. It's a remote desktop utility. It's TeamViewer, I think it's called. Where you install the quote-unquote client, it's actually the server on your computer. You get a code and you send it to your technical support and they can log into your computer and do stuff. I used it for work a long time ago. Before I use it for hacking. Like, sir, install this on your computer, yes. And give me the code, yes. And I shall activate iTunes gift card on your account, yes. No, TeamSpeak was just voice chat. I don't think there was ever anything too major in terms of security issues with TeamSpeak. I try to remember the software that does get into trouble like that. Like, I think it was MicroTorrent that at some point had a malware or like a crypto miner embedded in it. Heard the security analysts talk about two programs likely being the gateway to the most increased scans for the year. One is Discord for the remote features they had. The other more niche. Discord is full of features. I don't... Oh. I don't think it needs the amount of features it has. I need to check the other side for a chest. Didn't realize that was a teleporter. Remember TeamSpeak having voice so long ago? Didn't know if they evolved it. No, I'm pretty sure TeamSpeak is just that. I used TeamSpeak, I used Ventrilo. Ventrilo was very popular in the World of Warcraft community. I used Mumble, of course. But I used one that came before Ventrilo that you have to be very old to remember it, I think. It was like Windows 98 era, I think. Roger Wilco. Does anyone remember a software called Roger Wilco? Was the future. I think it also had like it had speech to text, speech recognition for in-game commands. You do, Sakura. You can't. You're only 24 years old, right? You can't possibly remember that. Not too worried about Discord, have a small server, just keep an eye on strange activity, don't heavily advertise it. Yeah, I don't know, man, Discord is scary. I try to keep my server simple, and I'm still worried. There have been attempted scams at me on Discord at like 7 different occasions at least. Oh. Fireblade. Fireblade. Who can equip Fireblade? It's Atrushan, it's 320. Is that better than Demon Slayer? It is! It's a lot better than that. Atrushan going for the fire blade. Where are my notes on equipment? Here. Atrushan 320. 320 blaze it. No, wrong number. Nice. Man, getting upgrades in this game is... It's as satisfying as you would expect it to be. Like, getting upgrades should always be very satisfying. Some games it becomes a chore. Some games do it too much, some games do it too little. This game does the right amount of upgrades. What's down there? I want to see it from here. 7, very conservative. On your account through DMs or people giving Discord links to people's streams. Yeah, like, I've had multiple people try to impersonate others, and like, I got a partnership to propose, and then you try to look it up, they're impersonating some guy that has like 5 million subs who would never give two shits about you anyway. Didn't engage a few of the first ones, now if you don't know them you block them. Yeah, that's the safe thing to do, yes. Like some of the worst Vampire Survivor clones. Icona 3 upgrades. That's made upgrades. Sakura, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Welcoming everyone from Sakura's channel. You are welcome here on Cooper, the Stream Series of the Week around this time. This is Emerald Dragon. A very, very, very good JRPG for the TurboGrafx CPU. Like, honestly, this is like... Because this is from 1989 originally, right? This is a remake. I think you would be hard-pressed to find a JRPG much better than this from 1989. This game is phenomenal. It doesn't feel repetitive, even though I've been at it for over 20 hours. Welcome, what were you doing, Sakura? Art? Were you Blender? Okay, I was seeing that message and I was gonna guess Blender. Blender is surprisingly good. Like, I know professional artists thought whatever, but I can easily see an argument to use Photoshop instead of GIMP. I don't... For the vast majority of people, I think Blender is all that you need and then some. And I actually find Blender to be more intuitive to use than... Oh, I'm from 3D Studio Max era. I don't know if that's still a thing. I know Maya is still a thing. Learning Blender. Did you learn? I'm not an artist, so all I did was like model some weapons in it. Totally used to 3ds Max. It's clunky too, but you're learning well. I think it's worth it, right? Because then you're not stuck on that 3D Studio Max. You're stuck on something that is more and more becoming sort of industry standard. Blender usage has increased immensely. And then you don't have to like either pay more than you should or keep pirating. I don't know how easy 3D Studio Max is to pirate these days. It was very easy back in my day, but still not worth it. You can make money off the things you make in Blender. There was a time you could make money out of making Dota 2 items in Blender. A lot of people made money from that back then. For professionals, Blender is valid. Yeah, I'll believe you. Like that. What is the name of that movie with the cat? That one was made in Blender? It's still a thing, it's still quite good. I did come from 3ds Max, yes. I did made... Certainly not English, as you can see. But I did make some business-related stuff on 3ds Max that like was actually presented to customers as a final thing 20-something years ago. It was at a time where artists that knew how to use 3D were not like that easy to find. So whatever I did was, where is the enemy? Over there. Even professional Blender is enormous, just some studios need Maya or something. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. Blender is very good. Like, there is some software that I'm so fucking glad that it became the standard and default as while being like Dragon Shield, while being an open source thing. I'm so thankful. Some of you might have dabbled in streaming before OBS was a thing. Those were dark days, the days of XSplit. Anyone here used XSplit? That shit was shit. It was all whack, man. Where's the Flame Shield? Dragon Shield. Atrushan and Haslan for 920. Blaze it. It's not 920, I know. So shield is this item. So Atrushan and Haslan would both benefit about the same, but I need Atrushan to be alive. Haslam can die every now and again, it's fine. So Haslam passed the Dragon Shield to Atrushan. But it was mostly about materials and UV maps. Not really exciting. I don't know. UV maps and materials are like... Of course they're like the foundation and like it's important to get your basics right with that. I find materials to be so fucking fascinating to work with. Keep in mind, as a programmer, I have a lot of background experience with like writing shaders to bring some of those materials to life in an actual game engine. So I've always been very interested in materials in general. Okay, Atrushan with the... Wait, didn't I swap? No, it's still there. What the hell? I thought I swapped... I hadn't. Okay, Dragon Shield 920. XSplit was also expensive. There was like a freeware or shareware version, or I used the cracked one, I don't remember. All I can say is that like OBS has a lot of flaws, but good lord is it good. Honestly, my biggest gripe with OBS is that you can run it in portable mode, but it does not support relative paths to resources. So what's the point of making it portable? That's my biggest gripe with it. The fact that if I ever have to reinstall Windows or move my OBS setup to Linux or something happens, I have to set up everything again. Even though I have backups. And I just think that's... You see, like portable is usually keep your circuit that stupid. Yeah! I mean, I do like portable apps in general. Even if it's not for portability, it's mostly for backup and reproducibility. Good lord, English. So like I can just carry my backup over and it should work the exact same, but OBS to this day does not support relative paths to like images and whatever else you're using on your overlays. Even just updating OBS is a black hole for me. Hello there, Zarol. Sometimes, yes. Like, it's one of the reasons I want to move as much of my streaming setup. Hello! Hi. I am planning on moving as much of it as I can into a dedicated Node app. And use OBS as like a dump terminal. But I can't do it fully. I still have to rely on OBS for things like the webcam. And I can manipulate it a little bit from the page, but I'm limited. I have to take the left here. Like, it's impossible to have an animation on the browser source that can be perfectly synchronized with the moving something like the webcam without jittering. Number of times you reinstall Windows 11 last year, you start looking for a portable version of everything. Yeah, I do that a lot. Everything I do on a computer, I do thinking I might need to reinstall everything and redo this later. So every single thing that I've customized on my Linux installation, I have it written down on a detailed text file so I can reproduce my setup later. OBS has been crashing every time you close it. I've had that happen, but it was so long ago I don't remember what was causing it. What I hate about so many portables, them saving settings not in the apps folder. You're more busy the point not doing local file insertion. Yeah! No, if it's not on the same folder, like, a portable app should be jailed inside its folder. Like, it's the only reason I am kind of okay with Docker containers. Docker is the devil, but at least everything is isolated. Except for the firewall. Docker likes to prod and poke at your firewall, doesn't even ask if you want it to. Don't even update anymore unless something breaks, still on 32. Yeah, no, I always keep my shit up to date. Which has caused me troubles with streaming in OBS in the past. Like, it's very wise to remain on stable versions, but I've never claimed to be a wise person. Like, I set up Linux Mint for my wife because it's stable, steady. It's going to have some small updates in the background, it's fine. But then for myself, I use Endeavor OS, which is based on Arch, and I have to keep it up to date on a daily basis, maybe weekly. And sometimes I have to manage the updates manually. And that's what I like, because I'm kind of dumb, I guess. I guess whenever things break, it's an opportunity to learn. But when it's like for streaming, I can't have it breaking when I need it to work, of course. Deving shield stability is everything to you. I mean, I did buy a cheap mini desktop that I want to use as a home server. And I am going to put Debian on it because it's a server and I'm not stupid. Do I like being on the bleeding edge? Yes. Not on a server. Yeah, why is everyone's internet not working all of a sudden? Why is this service that is very important for the health of my home network now I have to deal with like a pack new fart or some shit? But I'm finally surrendering to Docker containers. So my Debian server is gonna be very lean and clean. And I'm going to just back up that one folder with the compose file and the mount points, so I can just pull that back, Dr. Compose up, fully up to date on everything and working. Mac, welcome in front. We have been talking about very boring stuff. I need to stop. I don't think it's boring, but I recognize that it is.
How did you get in here? I'm a locksmith. And I'm a locksmith.
Zero, thank you for the follow. Enjoy the free emotes. And the very boring talks. Yeah, there we go. It suddenly explodes, but it didn't connect. That's gotta hurt, right? You do a kamikaze attack, you explode yourself, and it misses. It misses everyone. Now you're gonna feel my fury. Nothing happens. I mean, if it wasn't
How many
dead...
zombies does it take to play hide and seek? 1.
That was pretty weak. Even the laughing is unenthusiastic on that one. One. Yeah.
Because your moves are weak, babe, okay? Yeah, your moves are weak.
That one had pretty weak moves, yes. Like, there's a chance that maybe there's like a hidden chest in there. I doubt it. I think it's just dead ends. Okay, I need to put down a save. This might lead to a boss fight. That wasn't the best. No. Oh! What is... Oh, it's a golden armor. I say that because we killed the one enemy that was very similar to this, but it was a silver armor. It's like an animated, inanimate object. Okay, it is a boss fight. I think I can kill 2 of these. Right, but I can't retreat. It's fine. Atrushan has a lot of defenses. You can take a hit or 2. Clone spell. Yeah, I definitely need to kill those small ones first. Ow! One more hit, he would have killed me. Aslan, watch out. That thing is mean. Yeah, they're all focusing on the boss. And then that thing runs away, and then I waste all my time chasing it because no one else wants to attack them. Okay, I can kill both. Good. Yeah, Aslan nearly died from a single hit. Okay, this is fine. This is an easy fight. Aslan might die, but I don't care. It's kind of dumb. He does good damage, though. Yes, Aslan was nearly dead. I think Terran cast invisibility on him to save him. He went ahead and attacked anyway, so the enemy could see him. One more hit, he dies. I think I can kill the boss before that happens. Yes, Aslan got lucky. We got both characters leveling up. Oh, another level on Terran, nice. The manuscript. Is this a quick exit? Oh, this is nothing. Alright, we got what we came for. Yeah, let me check my notes. Obtain the Azure manuscript, return it to the Southwest Temple with it, and then the lady's gonna give us something. Was that the shamaness? I don't think it is. Yeah, I think it is, but there is another shamaness. Shamaness of the Mount that we need to find. I need to remember there is an invisible enemy north of Atrushan. And got killed by a critical. There we go. Level 89! Okay, if this is nothing, then I have to backtrack. It's not ideal, but yeah, this is nothing. Backtracking it is. Aslan keeps getting harm's way. Nice. Nice critical. So I went through that southern edge of the island multiple times. I didn't see any forbidden fruits. So I think it's on the other edge. Hopefully. So we can actually find it. Yes. Very long way around. It's a rapid fire ball. Guns of the Sneaky, my friend, welcoming is okay. What is that? I think that might be a new buff that Terran just got. I didn't see what it was. Floating above her head. She's thinking of funnel cakes. Not anymore. Funnel cake, yeah. I'm pretty sure funnel cakes are what I think they are. Hang on, funnel cake. No, your funnel cakes are different than what we have here. We have something that is quite a bit similar to funnel cakes, but kind of different. We call them rain cakes, because traditionally they're made on a rainy day. It's quite a fun tradition, actually. And they are, you know, deep fried little balls of dough, usually covered in sugar and cinnamon. They go really well with coffee. Yours is a cake that you pour the batter into the oil with a funnel. Yeah, no, it is different. You guys don't have the ones we call rain cakes. Right, that's why. Okay. Yeah, we pour the batter into the oil with a spoon, so it's like ball shaped, but it usually gets like a little tail from where it hung to the spoon. And that tail usually gets a bit crispy. All the rest gets fluffy. It's very good. Benny of New Orleans is the closest to what you were saying. Hello there, Yoshinaka. Read Benny of New Orleans. I couldn't find that. I'm gonna see if I can find a recipe for the one we have down here. Brazilian raindrop bagnets. The Brazilian equivalent of bagnets, deep fried dough sprinkled with cinnamon and sugar. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys the link. The picture tells me that this is exactly it. This is Brazilian rain cakes. They're very good. Bolinhos de chuva. It's not pronounced chuva, it's pronounced chuva. It means rain. Rain cakes. They are very soft, except on the little bits that stick out. Those are very crunchy. Looks lovely. You have no idea how good it goes with coffee. It's like it was made to be had with coffee. So the fourth cornmeal got a hush puppy. In certain places of the world, people are like, how can I put more corn into this recipe? What is that an enemy? No, that's not an enemy. Oh, that's a summon. Those floating things it's a summoned minion from Terran. Oh, that's fucking fancy as fuck. We have summoning in a game from 1989. Okay. I'm once again going to take a brief look for forbidden fruits, but I don't think there are any in here. I need to find a shop to offload some of this crap. I mean, I think they did have... an item shop up here, not for equipment, but for items, so I can only sell my stuff. That thing is still alive. Holy crap. But he got healed. I want to kill this because it's almost, and I want to get to this because it's going at the healer. It got healed. God damn it. I love hush puppies. I mean, if they're anything like bolinhos de chuva, then of course they must be great. Wasn't there a game? I'm sure there are multiple that fit this description. Wasn't there like an RPG that decided how much experience you would get? Not from a fixed table? Based on the enemies that you killed? But it was decided from like how much damage you did. So like stronger enemies would naturally give you more experience because they took more damage to kill. But there were ways to manipulate the system. And just like... when the enemy is almost dead, that's when you use your strongest attack. So you can drain as much experience as possible. I'm pretty sure I played a game that did that. Or savory, at least from the sound of it. Bolinhos de chuva are traditionally very sweet. Like almost everything in Brazil, it has way too much sugar. Telling me that hush puppies are savory. There is nothing savory about bolinhos de chuva. Like damage done, even if overkill. Yes, Musifate. I'm pretty sure I played a game that had that system. It worked fine in the end. But you could like play the system a little bit and get more experience out of a fight. Like if you did exact damage to the enemies, you would get less experience than if you overkilled. So hush puppies are different. Okay. And the bolinhos de chuva are very sweet. And there is a variant that's actually pretty good. Because usually you have the dough, the batter. You grab a spoon, you make a little ball with it, and then you drop the ball on the oil for frying. There is a variant where you take a slice of banana and then you put it on the spoon and you grab the batter to wrap the banana around and then you drop it on the oil. So you have the same dish except there is melted banana in the middle. And it's freaking glorious. It is really good. Banana or plantain? Banana. I don't know what a plantain is. Hush puppies there, pretty much the stuff used to better fry things instead of coating something in the batter. Use the batter, or simplified, but kinda. Now you want an air fryer sliced banana. Ah, that sounds pretty good, yes. Temple of the Shamans of the Sea. Okay. We brought the stuff back, lady. We also have the other Yeah, yes, yes. I also have the other manuscript now later.
よくぞ2つの古文書を揃えました。
I know I have. That's what I do.
あなたた
I
ち
do
に
good.
必ず必要となる古代神の秘宝がここの北古代の洞窟にあります。
The treasure of the old gods is in the cave of antiquity. North of the southwestern temple. Got it.
封印を解いておきました。行って手に入れてくるのです。
Grab it and come back. Alright, so that path that I didn't take, I could have taken it, but it was sealed, so it would have been a waste of a trip. The galaxy is on Orion's belt. Plantain is a banana that tastes like a potato. Why does that exist? It doesn't sound good. Is it good? It doesn't sound good. Did you guys know that banana flavor, the flavor that is used on most banana flavored things like candies and ice cream, whatever, is from a species of banana that no longer exists? Cornmeal. We rarely use cornmeal here, I think. Like that's the thing. Like if you're from the United States, you use corn for everything. I think you guys have corn-based fuel even. Here, corn is it exists. It's fine. It's don't go cuckoo over it. Slice of plantain, coating oil with salt and... Yes, I forgot how you pronounce that. The best thing I've ever used to dip in hummus. Corn starch. Twice the size of a banana. Well, then we might have it. Maybe we just call it a banana of a different type. I've heard of bananas that big, and I've told they're not very good. Banana. Yeah, sure. I don't know, Zoferi, you're the one who typed it. I'm just trying to react. Atrushan is gonna die. When did I save? After I left the temple, he's dead. You were asking and forgot the question, Michael. They did just decided everyone to critical Atrushan 500 times in a row. Maybe just snack on a plantain. Love them as chips. Oh, it was chips. It might work. Some Cuban meal consists of coconut rice, black beans, roasted plantains, and mango salsa. What a freaking salad of flavors! Holy shit! It's probably good, but someone had the munchies when they came up with that. You do make very good chips. I'll believe you. Is there anything over here? No. Cave of Antiquity. How big is this place? Very, very, very large. I'll follow the right wall. What is that? A vampire. It does look like a vampire. Your ex made it for you, and it was amazing. Whenever people say something like that, like it feels like such a loaded comment, I just avoid reacting sometimes. Whenever someone starts a sentence with my ex, I'm like, I'm not touching that. Salsa even have cilantro, you liked it. Often enough like you has the soap DNA thing. I'm aware of the soap DNA thing. I used to think I didn't like it, but then someone used it and it was whatever. I don't know where I stand on cilantro. I think I can have it as long as it's not too much. Okay, do I hug the right wall or the left wall? I'll go for the left wall. Empire, Empire, Empire. It's a DNA thing. You can have cilantro sparingly. And maybe it's some kind of sensitivity that triggers depending on the quantity for different people. Aggressive green. You know, that might be accurate. For my taste. It tastes good. It smells good. I mean, a lot of people feel like that about coffee. Tastes good, but yeah, it smells good, but tastes like shit. That's actually a lot of people that feel that way. For most normal people, coffee smells amazing. Right, chat? Right. A door bearing an emblem is tightly shut. It smells citrusy. Pineapple salsa. You guys and your pineapples. You'd rather eat soap than cilantro or coffee? What about cilantro in coffee? Then smell coffee. Some people can't be redeemed. Wait, the vampire can duplicate? That's worrying. I should kill the vampires first. Coffee leaf smells like a house fire to you. I have to get something very normal here in the US. Or not burn your nose. Well, I don't know. I have to remember that I don't know how coffee is in the rest of the world, because you get the stuff imported from down here. We get the stuff like fresh from the producer, roasted locally and everything. So I don't think I can judge your perception of coffee comparing it to mine. Maybe you do have a worse product to go by. The worst was a record store you loved. Was at the end of a hallway with bad ventilation. Had to walk past a laundromat and coffee shop. Mix of coffee and soap is much worse than either alone. I'll believe you. Man, when I had COVID and I couldn't smell anything, one of the things that took the longest for me to smell properly again was coffee. The fuck is a teleposter? It posts on the teleposter. The fuck is a teleposter? Like, I've learned that the smell of coffee is actually a layering of like 4 or 5 different smells. So as I slowly recovered, I started to get a few components of the smell back. So sometimes I would smell like dirty ground. Sometimes it would smell like burned garbage. It only once all the smells were back, I could feel all of them, it compounded into something pleasant again. It's a buzzer, yeah. You get really good coffee. Yeah, me too. I've been improving my coffee game. I talk a lot about the coffee that I make, and I've said that I finally got to a point where I'm satisfied with it. I used to really kind of dislike my coffee, even if others were enjoying it. Man, this summon does a lot of damage, holy shit. He killed 4 things in a single turn. 5! He cleaned house. Record store even smelled heavily of incense. And the soap and coffee was so strong you could even smell the incense. Jesus. It will be an influencer who sells my own coffee any day now. No, where I live at, you can't grow coffee down here. It's not all of Brazil that... Oh, that's the teleposter. It's not all of Brazil that grows coffee. Certain regions. But my French press coffee got to be really good, my pour over coffee got to be really good, but good lord, it took me years to get to a point where I consider myself able to beat some of the coffee places in my town. And they're pretty good, the ones we have here. Climate, soil, and the like, yeah. I actually know people, and I've seen pictures of it from these coffee forums I keep track of, that do grow their own coffee beans in like small quantities, and they have adapted their air popcorn makers to roast the coffee. And apparently it actually works. I don't know if that's what those things are called in English. Those popcorn makers that just are like tiny air fryers. That's clever. Yeah, I saw a few that had like wires pulling out like the drilled holes and adjusted everything so it would do the proper temperature or something. So now the coffee beans do rotate properly. I think this guy's not cloning people, I think it's resurrecting, which is worse. Things that pop the corn with hot air, and yeah, that one. Exactly that one. Air compressor. Is it a compressor? Oh, so like, that doesn't sound right, but so far it sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Air popper, okay. Like, you said that so confidently, I was like, okay. Is it a compressor? guess. Doesn't feel like a compressor. Can Cosroll stay alive? Nope. He's dead again. I'm a bit confused by this dungeon. I think, yeah, we're back to the entrance. I need to use the teleposta somewhere. Maybe it's at that stone door. Wisp side swipes Saul. Saul gets revenge. We have to find the treasure of the old gods. Is it the teleposta? Because I don't think there's anything else we can do here. Wonder if we'll need this thing to be the infernal one. She's full of dots. Whatever it is, let's get on back to... Oh, so that teleposta is the thing we take back to her, okay. Okay, I guess. Thing is, the other vampire is gonna resurrect that one. And Cosroy is dead. Never alive ever again. Helltor. It's not a Minotaur, it's a Helltor. Amazing name. Strange to have it on the menu, unless you needed a praise or something. And we need to take it back, but it does feel weird that it's on the menu. It probably gets used later. For something. I hope it's not some kind of very weird puzzle thing. Or I have to teleposta at certain places to connect things or enable things. I mean, we had a dungeon that was very complicated that I had to draw a map for. I'm worried about the last dungeon of the game because it should be more complicated than that even. Well, Terwing fled. That's not good. And here comes the resurrect. Yeah, the thing's still alive. To post in the tower, very advanced deck, yeah. It's like a smart TV. Man, smart TVs were supposed to be something reasonable. But then they never updated the things, so the apps they all stopped working. Or then they decided to indeed update the things, but then they put ads on everything. And then they started to like spy on people with webcams and microphones. So like, now smart TVs are useless. You need to get a separate Android box if you want that stuff on your TV. Like that, those things enshittified before they were even good. Or it's a poster that is also a phone. I guess. Maybe it's like you hang it on the wall and it's kind of like a video phone, but with e-ink. Very advanced, but also a bit pointless. Same as electric cars. Unless you stick to the Chinese stuff. Chinese cars are perfectly reasonable. Other than the mandatory touchscreens. But that's not just electrics that get wrong. It's most modern cars still. Please heal Haslam. Your smart TV was stupid out of the box. Use a Roku stick with it. Yeah. I bought like a tiny Xiaomi box. It's an Android device. I can install whatever on it. First Chinese TVs were the evasive ones. You totally trust Chinese products more now. Not them getting better, others getting worse. I think that the problem with Chinese products, the only problem I have with Chinese products that I can remember right now, is specifically Xiaomi phones. Even the settings app has ads. It's horrific. But OnePlus was pretty decent. But like a lot of the other stuff, like I talked about this a lot. Chinese electrical vehicles are getting very popular down here in Brazil. Like there is a lot out in the street in my town, and I actually took a risk. That's not something I would normally do, but I actually have the Chinese EV. Zero problems. I'm spending so much less money than I used to. It's already paid itself off at this point, just in savings. And literally the only bad thing it has is the dumb touchscreen. It's a problem because you can't control the fan and the AC without using the touchscreen. That's the one issue it has. Other than that, it's whatever. It even comes with an embedded data plan if you want to use it for navigation and even music. Although I just connect my phone to it. It was Chinese electronics and Apple first heard about aggressive spying. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I had a lot more trouble with my Fire Stick from Amazon back when I had one than I've ever had with my Xiaomi Android box. My Xiaomi Android box just works. And can sideload literally anything onto it. Those people keep getting dead, but like, I'm not gonna waste items pulling them up. They can survive if they want to. Like, they don't get experience for staying alive anyway. That's already a plus over most things that sideload, for sideload not being locked. Yep, like, I wouldn't buy a thing like that if sideload were locked. It's instantly useless. Sideload is unlocked, I can do whatever the fuck with the hardware I bought. Which, you know, what an idea, right? That's not suspicious at all. She just agrees, okay. Your...
力をもしも わかりましたね。
So she whispered, like, there is some secret involving Tamarind, some mystery involving Tamarind that we don't know anything about yet. And they're laying very thick on it with a whole secret being told to her in a whisper that we can't hear all of it. Something about Horus. What was Horus? Do I have any notes on Horus? I can't do Control F on a notebook. I don't know if I have notes on Horus. I don't think I do. But I feel like I've seen that name before. Oh no, she gave Tamarind the dots.
はい、わかりました。
Wakarimashita.
古代の洞窟に戻り、紋章へ向かってまっすぐ歩いていきなさい。
Return to the Cave of Antiquity. Face the emblem. And walk forward.
マルギアナの町へ抜けられるはずです。
And then we pass through to the town of Margiana, which we haven't told about. Been trying to get to Margiana for a while, and that will be on Little Kasha Island, right? And there we can finally sell all of this shit. Maybe buy some upgrades, skipping secrets, that's very cool, ladies. Yeah. I think they're talking about us. They're talking about us, right? Dude, I think they're talking about me. Shit. Like, she's like, is it true what they say about dragons? Like, he has very big pauldrons, right? Does that mean what I think it means? Yeah, he has very big shoulders. Those two guys, Hazelem and Khosrow, can't stay alive anymore. It's kind of funny and sad. Killed that bird, he got healed. I tried to attack it, but he was diagonal, I couldn't without hitting the guy on the right. I just like them big shoulders, bro. Yeah. It's like guys who go to the gym to get big, and the only people who appreciate it are other guys. Do they... Is it a thing where by the time they realize it, it's too late, they're already too big, you know, they have to keep it? Or did they know it from the start and they wanted to get the other guys to look at them? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, of course. One just have to wonder. Probably an even split, alright. But I'm sure there are people who are like, yeah, I'm finally big, the ladies are gonna look at me. Fuck, it's just the dudes. Nice specs, bro. Fuck, that's not what I did this for. Can those people survive somehow? I doubt it. Maybe if I could... Ah, shit, I hit this guy. I wanted to see if I could hit these people here. I can make them run a little bit, but they're still doing AoE. And they killed that guy. But not that one. Okay, that one is alive again. Got one recovery. You got a 90s Supra. Sadly attracted young males only. You could be worse, you could attract old males. I mean, it would probably attract me. 90s Supra sounds pretty badass. Your friend, not even close to buff, learned how to flex his specs. Told him to stop that. Kindly don't do that again. Old males like Corvettes. You mean the big ships from No Man's Sky? Because Corvette cars, they're not bad, but they're kind of like... I think they're too obvious. Do you know what I mean? I feel like they're... The Corvettes are pretty cool, right? They're... There's no finesse. There's no, like... There's no art. Does that make any sense? Didn't get it to attract anyone. Was left it at home on first days. The attention was just annoying, the worst thing about the car. I can appreciate that. Like, you like it because you like it. And you don't like the fact that people might think that you just got it for the attention. To compensate for something. You should, like, you get a big car if you're trying to compensate for your size. You get a sports car if you want to compensate for your age. Look at me, I'm a car with a retractable roof. Isn't an art statement. Yeah, I guess it isn't. Bad stigma. I read that as bad sigma, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And hello, my man, 3 string straight, nice. Look, the door just farted at us. Corvettes are honestly really nice. Supercar performs too much under supercar price. I mean, I can't believe you, but they had the stigma. I can't even be bothered. Like, for example, in my country, Porsches are frowned upon. In general, they have a bad rep. Because people who have Porsches down here, they buy them to run poor people over and then have their lawyers deal with it. That's been happening so fucking often that there is a stigma related to Porsches now. You see someone in a Porsche, look, they're gonna run someone over and get away with it. Because it happens at least once a month. I think last time was like last week. Didn't like the attention. He's asking to roll down your window. Dude, is that a Supra? Rev their car's stoplights. Totally take off like they're racing me. Let them go. Of course you let them go. My wife is just like, let them kill themselves. If they want to die, let them. Don't try to stop it. Usually I prefer motorcycles though. Where's at the track? We're lapping Porsches. Nice. The attention was so freaking annoying, I'll believe you. Wait, there is... Okay, I have to stick to the left wall. Okay, I see a chest, so I'm gonna assume this isn't the way out. Someone was chill about it, like attention to the track, that was fun. Chill about it. Yeah, got it before you explain. Nice. Yeah, different kind of attention. I've had a very different kind of car. People... Some people are very annoyed at our car. Dude, it's a tiny ass car. It's one of the smallest cars you can buy down here. It's a little thing that doesn't take any space and doesn't make any noise. It should scream, leave me the fuck alone, I'm trying to not even exist. But it's an electrical, so people will... The other day we're leaving the restaurant and apparently they had left like a beer bottle right in front of the wheel just so we ran over it and it shattered. Because it was an EV, fuck the EV. How dare you not pollute? You get looks off. Shit. Shit. I want to get the chest first. Shit. No, I have to stick to the left wall. Right, this is just a chest. Good. Good emotes to explain your situation. Well, you like the G3 Corvette, that is Corvettes from the 70s artistic exterior. Sure is incredibly boring. Cars! When it comes to like cars like that, I feel about cars in a way that is not too dissimilar to how I feel about guns. They might be cool, knowing about them might be cool, they might make fun noises and everything, but in real life, I want a car that can get me to places and that I have to spend as little money as possible. It could look like some pink shit box made of shit, I don't care. Does it get me to where I need to go? Does it spend a lot of money? That's it. And preferably, as much as I like the vroom vroom in a video game, in real life, I'd rather you just shut up. Car, please. Mostly the former. Get more about the interior too, that's where you're looking at the car more. That's where you have to, that's where you're in. I prefer a car that is comfortable than one that looks sleek, of course. Car stuff just matters for your usage. Yeah! Right now I can't think of a better car than the one I have. It's the smallest thing I can afford. It's very cheap to maintain. So like, that's it. If you come to me, I'll trade that for a sports car. It's 3 times as expensive, but I'm just doing a straight trade. Like, dude, I would only do that if I could just sell your car and buy this one again and keep the cash. I don't want a car that is loud and expensive. The car is extremely spacious and comfy despite its size. That's actually another thing, and it might be because it's an EV. This car is actually smaller than my previous one. Quite a bit smaller. But it's way more spacious. Way more spacious. Like the back seats, man, the back seats are, they feel like a freaking hotel back there. And it's a tiny ass car. But it's more spacious. Freaking love it, man. Gonna be happier. Used to go to the track with the car, fun hobby, you had your fill. That's not a common thing down here in Brazil. Like track days, taking a car to the track. I think it's too expensive for the vast majority of people. I don't like owning lots of stuff because you have to worry about all of it, right? The more expensive the car is, the more you have to worry about it. You have 2 cars, good lord. Good luck sleeping with that. This stuff is a weight. Yeah, no, I totally agree. You should go through life with as little luggage as possible. This is like owning 2 cars. Yeah, too much for you. Minority of car people in the States do track days. But it's still a thing that I hear people talk about every now and again. Never ever heard of anyone ever doing that down here. Even though we do have like Interlagos, which is a very good track. I'm sure they do track days, but I never ever heard of anyone doing track days. Interlagos is a really nice track. I like the layout a lot. Learned to work on cars and computers at the same time. They were surprisingly similar. Interesting. Fascinating, in a way. I think I would have enjoyed working on cars. But for me, it was just computers. Because it was... You have to understand that cars in Brazil are stupid expensive. You don't get like kids who mess up with cars. You could have back in the day kids that messed up with computers. I was one of those. Not cars. Just following the left wall. Friend from... That's not New Zealand. That's not Nevada. I don't know what NL is. Visited the USA, decided to drive through 7 states. And never been outside of Europe before. Netherlands. Got it. Well, having a license, was a train rider 95% of the time. He told you that after the 3rd day he had to stop driving. He just cried. Vastness overwhelmed him. I'll believe it. Man, the US is way too freaking large. And empty. For driving like that. Brazil is a bit like that as well. Get the need for speed of their system rather than try to run you over. Well, if that were a thing down here, then the only people who really freaking need track days are freaking motorcycle people. Man, bikers in my country, with, you know, good exceptions, I know good bikers, but good lord, the vast majority is that's fucking nuts. Jesus Christ. You learn to control your car, you know what, and I've mentioned this before, I've played a lot with driving simulators. I like them. I have a driving wheel and everything. With even I even have an age shifter. It has good force feedback, so you can feel like your wheels slipping, stuff like that. And I've said once before, and I know that might sound absurd, but there was at least one time where I managed to avoid an accident by using knowledge that I had gained from the simulator. Because it was like a high-speed thing that you don't normally are prepared for. And I just knew like how to slow down safely. If I had just slammed on the brakes, I would probably have crashed. So yeah, I say that in agreement with your argument that you can get a feel for your car that might be useful, that you shouldn't get, you know, in public streets, because that would be irresponsible. So far too fast, yeah. Let me refresh the save. I think I'm still following this properly. Sometimes in a battle I get lost track, but you're still facing the right way when you come out of the fight. Just have to pay attention. Yeah, I should probably kill that guy first. Yeah, I really don't like road trips. I'm gonna be honest. Every now and again I do this road trip which is like 2 hours, that's about my limit. And I just get bored out of my mind. You take too long. We used to take a vacation in a place that was like 12 hours, 13 hours. And I remember being tense the entire time thinking we'll have to go back home and it's going to be another 13 hours of that torture. Like the first 3 hours, okay. Ooh, it's a road trip, nice. Following 3-4 hours are like, okay, I'm sleeping, nice. And then the rest of the trip is just plain torture. Can't fall asleep anymore. Everything is the same all the time. Can't take it. I like them for books, but the only time you get long books read. I tried once to read during a road trip. After like 1 hour I was starting to feel a bit nauseous. Oh, there's... okay. What is down here? Nothing, okay. This is gonna be Morgiana. Is Morgiana what it's called? The Shamaness of the Mount's temple is near the bridge to the Inferno. Could she be under the Infernal One's thumb? Okay, I'm gonna write this down on a new note, so let me get the date. New song, by the way. The temple is near the bridge. To the Infernum. By the way, I'm presuming the Infernal One is Garcia. I don't know if the Archdemon is also Garcia. Driven across the USA coast to coast 4 times, move it up and down the coast. Man, that requires a state of mind right there. I do get fatigue. I can't... It might be a bit of a physical thing, or it's maybe the tension from driving, because I can't spend 5 hours in Euro Truck Simulator just fine. But on a real road trip, good lord. For Christmas we drove 800 miles just to visit the family. I don't know if I love my family that much. like driving more than flying for claustrophobic reasons. I wouldn't mind going on a flight. Like I should be uncomfortable with it, but I don't. I really don't care about flights. You learn to find your center, sort of zen. Slide motion sick is the worst you get. It's due to age and a stroke. Yeah, like I said, it requires a state of mind, so I can see where you're coming from. Kateri's house. Don't come barging into my house. Barge. Wait a minute, aren't you Volpel? Yes, dots. It is you, isn't it? What are you doing out here? Weren't you a royal knight? Your Highness, my deepest apologies, Stop! Don't attack him! Kateri. When we washed up on the shore here, wounded, I saved him. When he washed. Okay. He tried to return to Ervet to fight, but he never had been able to force his way past the Hellions all by himself, so I kept him from going and... Wait, sorry, my mistake. Vopal died in battle against the Hellions. There's no way he could be here. Your Highness. Then his... Do whatever you want, it's none of my business. Ah, that's a nice... So like, okay, you know what? He died. You want to be happy, be happy. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, this is the south segment. This might be where we finally find the forbidden fruits. You just put your tunes on and enjoy the ride. Maybe it's because I've never had a ride like that alone. Maybe it's easier. The anxiety, specifically when driving alone. Also, that's like the opposite of what I just said. Pure silence on the road. That sounds pretty unique, yes. Well, if it brings you peace, friend. That's what matters. What are you? Everyone is born with their own duty in life. I may not be that which others wish of them. Okay, that's the stockroom storage lady. I can skip her. Let's give it our all today, you think? Okay. So there is just it's 2, 2, 3. That 3 pair is 3 pair. It's a triple, not a pair. Those 3 ones are probably shops right next to one another. I've heard the shamanism of the Mount's powers have been sealed by the Infernal One. But if she had the Azure manuscript, okay. Okay. I like that the towns in this game, there are several of them, I like that they're kind of small and condensed. That's the thing that always brings me a little bit of, I'm not gonna say anxiety, but it makes me fatigued whenever I'm playing the JRPG. I get to a new town and it's this vast thing that I get lost in. I have to find every NPC in every corner and every passage, and then I have to kind of memorize it because I have to come back. Here the towns are small, you rarely come back, they're condensed, they're simple, fast. Boom, done. The Inferno is far away. It's so far that once you've gone there, you may never want to come back. Might be a pain, but make sure you get good and ready here in town. Yeah. I intended to. Dr. Hadar's house. I'm Dr. Hadar's assistant, Thuggy. According to the professor's research, this world will soon be annihilated. Our only defense is to discover the lost civilization of the Vim and use their power. What? Need to find the lost civilization of Vim. Take out a vacation at a friend's house and live 3 hours away, so I'll be cruising. Jump on the turn and think, what, already? 3 hours? I don't know, man. Like I said, we visit friends that are like 2 hours away, and I feel like it takes forever. You feel like everyone here is pretty unique in their own ways, and you love us for it. You too, Multifate. Find retro streams on Twitch more enjoyable than other categories. Because, you know, I feel, and like, of course there are exceptions to that. But I feel like you on the retro category, you're gonna have people that actually enjoy what they're playing. They're not here to chase that influencer money or anything. The majority, I feel. So you get like more genuine conversations. You have people that actually have personalities and are like, I don't know. I'm saying that I agree with what you're saying. Just wondering why that is. Make it interesting and fun. This game is a lot more fun with you guys around here as well. Yes. I thought people are great. I have good experiences in others too, though. Yeah, I have been retro exclusive on Twitch for my watching for a while now because it's easier to get lucky with the people that you find. You usually get people that are really into their games. And that makes them slightly passionate about something, which automatically makes people more interesting. Music and illustration. Reasonable. Indie though, which you love and do, it's more hit and miss. I see you're just as likely. I believe it. Because it's usually going to be people who are passionate about it. What about the Doctor? Utterly unimaginable. According to my research, the distortions in the space-time continuum are gradually expanding. If we don't take action, this world will surely perish. We must do something. That's it. That's never gonna be brought up ever again. These guys are cuckoos. And here are the shops. Let me put down a save. Level 93. Is 99 the max? Let me see my notes for the equipment. Here. Atrushan, I have 3. Wait, these notes are outdated. Where are my updated notes? Here, okay. We have 320, we have 1950, 920, and 700. These notes are up to date. Ten ring, she has 40, that's a disgrace. 1280, 520, her notes are up to date. Assalam. 390, 1280, 520, 700, up to date. 850, 950, 20. This guy hasn't gotten any upgrades in a long time. We got the 380, the 950, and the 700, okay. You think people are passionate about their battle passes? AAA suit just have a lot overhyped representation. I don't think they're passionate about those. I think they pretend to be passionate about those. I don't think anyone is passionate about those. I'm sorry. My weapons are the best, if I do say so myself. They won't come cheap though. I have a lot of shit to sell. Hang on. Magic Mail is 950. Does anyone need a 950? No. Okay, my pulse is at 96,000. Does it go over 100? It does. Okay, otherwise I was gonna reload. Mithril Buckler, that's 520. It's not an upgrade to the people who can use it. Passionate about music. I don't know, man. I talked about this before. I don't usually hear music if I have literally any other option of thing to keep my attention, even though I really like music, especially in video games. I'm a freaking sucker for music in video games. But if I'm at my computer, I don't have the habit of just putting on some music. It's just not in me. Okay, we have an upgrade for this already. This is so expensive. I'm gonna keep it just because it's way too fucking expensive. Maybe it's a brass. Like the other day I was actually doing some programming and I decided I'm gonna do that thing that everyone does. I'm gonna put on some music while I'm programming. It was good, it was really good. I get why people do it, I just don't have the habit, I guess. Night Rapier, that's 196 for Haslam, that's being replaced. Massive gold bar. I have so much money. So gravy. Wrong thing to say here. Groovy? Gravy, it's a kind of sauce, right, that you guys do that it's kind of disgusting. Man, even Saoshiant started getting gold bars. That's how full our inventories were. In the context, it's all good. Okay. Well, if there was something inappropriate about that, I didn't catch on, so I'm glad, I guess. Gravy just met from meat juices and a stock cube. See? Disgusting. Thunderbringer. 510. Definitely want it. Gale Rapier for Haslam. Definitely want it. It's nearly double the damage than what he has. Halberd for Khosrow. Sure, even though I think Khosrow will be replaced soon. So, and we ran out of money. Of course I can sell some of this stuff, so... 680. Tastes so good with meat. You need... well, yeah, well, enjoy, I guess. I eat weird shit as well, so I guess. I'm just glad it's not a thing down here. Try not to mention food at this hour. It's fine, you can mention food if it is gravy, it's not gonna make me hungry. The British diet is like, does it taste good? Do the British care if something tastes good? They don't give me that impression. Yo, buy something that's... You're buying, ain't ya? I guess. Mithril plate. This is 2400 and good lord, I can't afford it. Now mithril bucklers. 520. Atrushan has one, Tenrin has one, Haslam has one, so we don't have to buy these. But we need the dragon shields. 920. Atrushan has a dragon shield. Haslam doesn't. So buy a dragon shield for Haslam. 920 on Haslam. And Haslam is going to sell a mithril buckler. Finally, the mithril helm. It's 700. Atrushan has it. Haslam has it. And Khosrow also has it, so... like to pour ranch on your gravy. Is that... healthy? Sounds rich. Yeah, rich is a word for it. So, I need to tend to the mithril plates. Like, Atrushan definitely needs it. Because Atrushan needs to stay alive. And maybe I can pass his armor. He has Dragon Mail? Yes. I can pass his armor to Khosrow. So mithril plate 2400. So I don't sell it. I move it. Items. Atrushan get the Dragon Mail. Haslam is equipping a 1280 armor, while Khosrow is equipping a 950. So send it to Khosrow. Yeah, you're using a 950 or upgrading to a 1950. And the magic mail can be sold. Because Saushant has one. Haslan has better. Tenrin has better. And Atrushan has better, so sell the magic mail. Hello there, Jankito, welcome in, my friend. We're doing our mandatory inventory management here. Every good RPG has some of it. I cannot buy another mithril plate. We need 2 more. So I need like 64,000 to finish the upgrades. And it might be a good idea because we... Jaws! Yes, we head into Infernum, so there might be... this might be the last shop in the game. So I want this much. Close. To get the 2 missing armors for Haslam and Khosrow. Especially Haslam, it's a big upgrade for Haslam. Even this would be an upgrade to Haslam. No. Oh, this... no, it would. It would. Just trying to be disgusting. Well, you succeeded! Alright, so I'm gonna put down another save after... no, this is the management save. Gothic... no! No, I've heard very good things about it. It did catch my attention a bunch of times, but I kind of missed the original window. I never got around to it. You tried the demo for the remake, the Ultra Jank has you thirsty for the full release. Ultra Jank. Have you been to Dr. Hadar's house? Yes. Now, those guys say it has nothing to do with Garcia the Inferno, so you don't need to worry yourself about it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm ignoring. They're just nuts. Talk very weird shit. It's not just the Infernal one who's in the Inferno, there's a bunch of bosses with the strength of 1,000 Hellions each. Oh, it's a boss rush, you say. Don't underestimate the Inferno, the inside is amazing, no one's ever made it through. Amaze, you say. Those treasures in the Inferno, let me tell ya, them's dangerous. These guys themselves as treasure chests, those demons do. Oh, it's mimics. Can't tell them apart from the real deal. Killed scores of men, I hear. Is the shamaness of the mouse of the Infernal one's lucky? He took over the temple, so I mean, what else can she do? I've heard that before the Inferno appeared, there were many caves around here, but there certainly aren't now. The Ultra Jank. The Ultra Jank. This is the mysterious door that we can't use. Hey, so my friend is like really good at diving underwater. He's been in there for 2 whole months and hasn't come up once. Do we tell him, chat? He's still holding his breath 2 months later. That's very good. Isn't that awesome? Yes! I wonder how long he'll keep it up. He's gonna be down there for a very long time. There's a grotto south of town that I think someone must have dug. What is this place called? Marigiana, I think. That got dark, yeah. Share your streak yesterday, Twitch was too buggy. I'm sorry to hear. Twitch be twitching lately. What's it for, I wonder? So that's everything here, so we came from there. I want to take a full exploration to see if I can find fruits. Streaking in 3 streams, congratulations, that one appreciated. Thank you for being around. I want to find the fruits, I want to check for caves and grottos. That exit to the right leads to the Infernum. And I need to farm the money, like I can't go into the Infernum before I have the gear. So maybe I can do the temple first. Ah, you had a nice streak, Zofair. God damn it. Zofair, congratulations on your nice +1 stream streak. Of course I do. I don't have to say that every time, okay? Don't make that a thing. The Inferno is way to the east of here. There's not a single town or anything along the way, and it's really far. Okay. You want? Alright. Dark brownies. These guys are called dark brownies, so like they were in the oven for too long. One source is enough. It is more than enough. Like, there have been days where I swear to God, like, I saw the notification and I was doing math during the entire video clip. It's like 25 seconds of kid flying through a window. And the thing ended and I still hadn't managed to finish the math. There are days my brain is like just grinding gears. Assume they're stronger than light brownies. Are they stronger than the edibles though? Again, like, we have to farm a lot here to get all the money we need. So I shouldn't be trying to even skip enemies anyway. I've been running, but maybe I shouldn't run. I need to do a lot of these. I'm also curious if we end... If we do cap at level 99, that means we're very close to the end of the game. Might still finish it this week. Before Illusion City. Dark brownies with a hint of green in it. Yeah! I've never had that kind. I probably never will. They're not well known down here, and I don't know if I would even be brave enough for that. I'm a very square person when it comes to that shit. Like, I don't care what others do. Honestly, as long as you're not... Oh, I have a total money somewhere there. This fight gave me very little. I would have to do like over 100 fights like this. Like, I don't care what other people do if you want, as long as you're not harming anyone. Get high, I don't care. But I don't think I'm brave enough to do that myself. Dark brown is 20% chance to inflict the hallucination debuff. There you go. I'm even avoiding alcohol a lot more nowadays. I've already said that I only ever drink socially, if that. Even that I'm avoiding, because after I lost weight, I get full tripping from just a single can of beer nowadays. It's pathetic. It's my body telling me you shouldn't drink, and I'm like, alright. Wasn't that interested in it anyway. You had the THC chills for a time, and you could not sleep. Right, it could also have those kind of effects, like whatever effect it has, it would mess up my routine in ways that are probably wouldn't feel too good in the end. I don't think I would enjoy the trip. I don't think I had the kind of personality that would enjoy just, yeah, no, everything is fucked. Look at the wallpapers, they're moving. I don't think I had the personality to enjoy that. I know that's not weed, but in general, just the idea of tripping and being high just doesn't sound appealing. You just passed out. Flying toasters. I think that anything that I saw that was a bit out of the ordinary would freak me out so much I wouldn't enjoy any of it. Like, sometimes I can freak myself out just like zero effort freak myself out and it feels horrible. I don't want a freak out that I can't even control. New Joe Rogan has said he felt oneness with all living things while on the trip. Bullshit. He feels oneness with everyone's wallet, I suppose. Aslam, why are you killing yourself over there? When you make brownies, it's serious business. The top of the brownie will crust anyway, so that gets the thin layer of milk chocolate cocoa. The section gets either dark, almost coffee chocolate flavor, or something more mild in the bottom layers. Man, I fucking love brownies. My wife makes very good brownies, but I have asked her to kindly refrain because of my diet. And when I'm older, I'm probably going to regret that. And I could have had brownies, instead I wanted to be healthy. What was wrong with me? Milk chocolate, so many people myself would say my sweet. It needs to have the crunchy, it needs to have the the moistness. Like, brownies are precise. You can't half-ass brownies. So I fully appreciate what you're doing over there, Shinaka. Like, and once you've become one with a diet, you started to go like, this, like, say brownies. These brownies are ass. I'm fucking up my diet for this. If I'm going to fuck up my diet, it has to be for the artisanal stuff. It has to be like Brazilian hot dogs or better. Otherwise, it's just a waste of calories. Brownies are weapons of war. I've been defending myself, but yeah. Where are the forbidden fruits? It's the reveal! It's the Garcia reveal, everyone! He looks a bit more boring than I expected. It's just a blue dragon, but with teeth. I'm sure the in-game sprite is gonna be better, but... I'm disappointed that he already shows up. Because either he's gonna run away, or he's not the archdemon. Hola Garcia, hola que tal? Yes. How do you eat with teeth like that? He probably makes a fucking mess. Imagine this guy, I'm a Dark Lord, I'm gonna be aristocratic. Take a sip of my tea, and he just drools over. Fuck. Always happens. Brandy? Peppermint? No, don't put mint in brownies, that ruins the thing. Don't put mint in anything, unless it's a mint thing. Like, you're gonna make mint tea, fine. You're gonna make brownies, don't put mint in it, you're gonna ruin it. It's gonna taste like nothing like it was supposed to taste, it's just mint. Dark roast coffee extract. Oh no, that's nice. He poked out one of his eyes with them teeth. Yeah, there is this old Mexican TV serial that is very popular down here in Brazil, where one of the characters is like a pirate and one of his eyes is all fucked. And then he has his other pirate friends and the guy comes along and so, how did you get that eye to be like that? And one of his pirate friends goes to answer, don't you dare answer that, I'm gonna make you walk the plank. And then he goes to take a drink and the spoon is in the cup and the spoon pokes his eye and he's like, fuck. And he does that like, every now and again he takes a drink and the spoon pokes his eye. It's always the same one. Only chocolate mint you actually like are York patties. Well, I can't. I've had chocolate mint before, I don't like it. It's addictive. I mean, some people have to enjoy it for it to still exist. I don't get it. In the episode of the simplest Springfield power plant strike and the dental plant, the dragon loses teeth without braces. Omoshiroi. Not the best sprite right here. I hope it's better. I mean, it's a demon, I guess. Dental plan, Lisa needs braces. Find it amazing. Also. So that's the previous shamaness. The one that is not under his influence. He got chibified. Little Garcia's. He was like, I'm a demon. I'm a little demon now. Yes, hello, Tiger Skydrum. I forgot to greet you. Welcome in, my friend. still a powerful demon! Come at me! Lisa's teeth. Hang on. Hang on. Sure, this is topical to the game at hand. Let me derail the stream just a little bit. Tiny little bit of derailing, it's fine. Where's browser window? Come up. I summon you. Browser window, I summon you. There.
I'm also afraid little Lisa is going to need braces.
Oh no! I'll be socially unpopular! More so. Are you sure, Doctor?
Well, judge for yourself. Here's Lisa today. Without treatment, here's what she'll look like at age 11, age 14, age 17, and finally, age 18.
Cool! She'll be a freak! But we can stick her in a trailer, drive her around the South, and charge 2 bits a gander.
Nice, thank you for sharing. God, Lisa, the Infernal. So tiny and so refreshing, you think they're nothing, discover you're eating 20 just casually. I have one and I'm like, why did I waste my calorie intake for the day with this shit? Poor dragon just needed braces. Knife! Yes. No, I will not. He got a tiny sprite! Get wrecked! He got a tiny little sprite! Oh, that's pathetic! Everyone point at Garcia and laugh. He's pathetic, everyone. And he's gonna run away. And he's gonna be strong on the next fight. It's fine. It's typical. Infernal and Tiny, and he's running away. He's like, I can attack! I can't! I guess that won't work. Someone said to someone. Not at all screen size, no Gus monster. Yeah, that tiny little Garcia. I almost feel sorry for him. I mean, I do. He hasn't done anything. He has just been mentioned a bunch of times. Garcia the Infernal runs away, resurrects someone. Please help me! They're attacking me! Oh no! My defenders, I need you. I'm gonna die. That's what he does here, resurrects people stronger than him. Is this the most pathetic boss we have seen the entire game? And here comes the summon, I think it's called a Dolph. 2 bits a gander, what is still? Okay, let's surround him so he can't keep running away, the coward. Here comes the big badass summon. Everyone surround the Dark Lord. Get criticaled. He tries to run away, but he went all the way around. He attacked twice and ran. Stop running, you coward. Okay, this is just like a quick preview. This guy's gonna be much stronger later. I'm trying to block him as much as I can, which is not much. Okay, I think he's stuck in here. Now he can't run away anymore, right? Fire Spirit. Yeah, I want to run! I want to run! Wait, he was healing my Fire Spirit. He's also dumb. He knows the secret of moving down and side to side. Yeah, he's... This fight is funny, man. poor Dark Lord has been chipified. Got critical. Eat shit and die. No space shrimp. No, he isn't. He's gonna be like, but wait, that's not even my final form, and then he's going to float away, and then we'll fight him again later. Meanwhile, he just... This is like a classic MOBA situation. He's just feeding us to get us stronger. No penetration, chat. None. I am actually pretty badass. You just wait. Might accidentally poke myself with this corpse too. Yeah, maybe. Okay, now before I go on, I'm gonna farm the rest of the money for the rest of the equipment. Okay, let me be safe. I'm sure he's not gonna be that easy again. I mean, I can go forward and see if I can find the fruit. Remember, we still might have to go to the Western Desert after the Infernal. I don't think so, but it's kind of weird that we couldn't go there before. Like, they would just put mountains there and you don't go there, period. It's kind of weird that it was a place. We're kind of waiting to see if it was actually Gomez from... No, Gomez has already died. Gomez was like a tentacle monster. It was a while ago. Yeah, you forgot Gomez. Very forgettable enemy, I suppose. Where is the fruit, though? Nice critical. Get wrecked. Dark brownies. Edgy Dark Adams Family reboot. Tentacle Gomez and Teeth Dragon. Garcia needs braces. Left track. The tentacle monster in a JRPG? No, it can't be, right? He killed an old man, though. That's not very in character. Okay, I have enough money for one armor. I need the other. Brownies. Yes, brownies. Okay, this just leads to Infernal. I'm gonna save in case that locks me in or something. Right, this is the underside of that. There is all of that, the long way you go around there, and this here specifically is Infernum. It's just dark brownies. Specialized, lonely dark brownies. I've already gone through like half of my massive container of candy. That's like over 70 pieces. Just one, it's a little treat. Yeah, you can have just one, right? Every now and again, it's fine. Fey brownie creature, unfortunately. still like this song. Got very good music on both games we've been playing lately. They're usually helpful, I guess these are the jerks among brownie kind. These are the ones that they got high on themselves. Typically more comical than tasty. What if they're like very comical or suddenly they're very tasty? Like I don't have a problem with like laughing at my food. It's not a deal breaker or anything. I think it's going to fly up, so let me get ahead of them. Yeah, they're dead. I am going to head back. I just want to see... while I'm farming, when I get close to having all the money I have, I can start heading back. Like when I have like 50,000, I can start heading back. Meanwhile, I'll explore and take a look. I think that building on the top right is the Shamaness of the Mounts temple. And in the end, I didn't find any forbidden fruit. It was probably on that other island with the abandoned town. I just didn't find it. If you can blast them with fire and they bake into brownies, they'd probably be extinct. Yeah, the great brownie wars of the 19th century. We were all instincted into deliciousness. Is there anything down here? No. I mean... It's like they say, like, if God didn't want us to eat pigs, God wouldn't have made them out of bacon. Kind of same thing going here. He was further ahead with the emus. Yeah, I was thinking of that. Kind of the reference I was going for. I've learned that the kiwi fruit is actually called that because it looks like a kiwi bird. It's not a coincidence. It was literally how they named it. And I think, you know, those cartoons when someone is so hungry, they look at someone and they look like a roasted chicken or some shit. Someone was so hungry, they looked at this little fruit that looks a bit hairy and they saw a bird and they wanted to roast it or something. It's a kiwi, I'm gonna eat it. Because seriously, would you be walking down the street and then you see like this tree or bush or whatever kiwi fruit grows, and you see these little lumps of hairy brown ass thing, and you think, you know what, I'm gonna eat that. I would like put like a warning fence around the plant. Please stay away from it. It looks disgusting. Kiwis are pretty good, but hunger makes people do things. Yeah. It's kind of like when people get their junk stuck in weird shit. Horniness makes them do weird things. Kind of like same issue. This one time this guy made the news over here. He was taken to one of those very low quality, questionable TV programs where they take people in, because he was so horny. And I remember as if I had watched that yesterday. It was like over 20 years ago. I still remember the dramatic recreation. He was so horny. He went out of his house in the dead of night. And he got himself sucked to a car wheel. Like the little hole with the bolt. He got stuck. So they had to remove the entire wheel from the car. Tire and everything. And then the guy had a tire stuck to his junk. And then he put like one of those large trench coats to try and keep it hidden away from view. So it's this guy half naked with a trench coat, kind of covering a car wheel tire thing, going to the hospital with his junk attached to the wheel. And then they had to like bring a metal saw. That was me, sorry. To try and cut his junk free from the tire. And then some TV channel in Brazil did a dramatic recreation of that scene. With this guy with a trench coat and a jiggling car tire hidden from view behind his trench coat. It was quality TV, I guess. Stuff stuck in the butt. Yeah, that too. But not this one. You're native to China, so thank you for shitting on our fruit. I didn't know, I'm sorry. Look, kiwis are pretty good. Like, they were very popular down here in Brazil for a while. They'll still exist. They're very unique in a lot of ways. I do like them. Alright? Sorry. Monkey Wild Peach. That's a good name, I guess. Episode over there more than you'd think. I mean, I could try... It's probably lost media. I'm probably the only one that remembers who's still alive. But I could try trying to find that dramatic reenactment one of these days. New Zealand beats China in the PR war for kiwi fruit. Yeah, it does. I didn't know it was from China. That's how much they have been winning. I have to save because I'm worried this might trigger a transition into a you can't come back from here segment. Maybe I can make it all the way to the temple and actually do the temple and then go back for the armor before heading to Infernum proper. They used to be better known as Chinese gooseberry. I know it's not... I know it's very out of character for Tiger Sky Drum, but I feel like my legs might be being pulled over here. Because that sounds like a Jingleberry situation. Is that what... Is that the correct name for what I'm thinking of? New Zealand really want those delicious 3 testicles. You're kind of making it difficult for me to ever eat kiwi again, so thanks. 3 testicles. They do look like that, don't they? I know that is the obvious conclusion to what I was talking about before, but now it feels explicit. K is what Australian folks call in Z folks. I'm aware. I wouldn't mind being called a Kiwi, I suppose. If it was because of my nationality. Could be worse. Still don't have enough money. Near Inferno, that's the name of this place. It's technically correct. And I have to check if there's anything all the way up there. This here is probably the temple. Probably. Or it might just be literally the entrance. And I don't want to go in there yet. Not without my upgrades. From Wikipedia, kiwi fruit is native to central and eastern China, with the first recorded description dating back to the 12th century during the Song Dynasty. In the early 20th century, cultivation of kiwi fruit spread from China to New Zealand, where the first commercial plantings took place. It gained popularity among British and American servicemen stationed in New Zealand during World War II. Later became commonly exported, first to the United Kingdom and Australia from 1953, followed by California in 1959. End quote. Alright, we have culture in our stream, and history, and learning. Yeah, like most Zomb Westerners, I just assumed New Zealand. And that's it. It's ours now, love New Zealand. You're not teasing me, although someday have that in your pocket or something. Yeah. It's fine, it's all in good fun. No, you are not excused. How dare you? Shit, now it's too warm. So hard to find where my comfortable temperature is nowadays. Used to be just put it to the coldest it can go and I'm fine. Now I have to keep dabbling with that temperature. It's that? No, almost. My comfortable level for... It feels so wrong to say this, but now it's somewhere between 25 and 27. So weird. It's okay to do typos here, yeah. At this point, it's part of the deal. Like, if there is a bunch of typos in a stream, I'm gonna feel lonely. It's a good amount of money. Okay, let's head back. And I'll probably make enough money rushing back, even if I do a run. 7, that's too hot. Yeah, that's what losing over 100 pounds does to a mofo. Was it over 100? Hang on. Math. I was around this. I am currently at this. If I multiply it... No, it wasn't over 100. I estimate around 93 pounds lost. That's still a lot. I know people who ate as much as I've dropped. I say angle grinder. Yeah, no, that's why I greet you back with Jones of the Sneaky. I think it was. I keep forgetting. You lost you hanging on my back. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, man. Carrying that much weight around is so exhausting. You don't realize it because, of course, it's distributed. It's like easy to carry, but the thing is, it does make you tired all the time. Like, I talk about this a lot, of course, because it's a big part of what's always on my mind. But seriously, if you feel tired all the time and you are overweight, it might be that. It might be just that. I do feel tiredness every now and again, of course. There are days where the world refuses to stop spinning. But it's not nearly as often as I used to. Anyway, right to you, also to you. Yeah, there you go. I sleep like a freaking baby. I sleep, and that's the thing, I sleep so well that I sleep less and I rest more. I always said that, like, I used to sleep like 11 hours and I was still tired. Now I sleep like 6, 7 and I'm like, why I'm still in bed? Nice critical. 2400 damage. Almost half the money we need. Like another 11,000. Might even just sell the stuff that we have, and that should give us the leftover money. Yeah, the sleep is more quality. And it's not just the weight that helps with that, it's the eating habits. Like less fat and less carbs in your diet will help you sleep better as well. Did lose a lot of weight a couple of years back, just maintaining. Yeah, that's the goal, just maintain. I mean, I've been on the same 10-pound range for four months. Like, I did gain a bunch when I had my procedure. After that, I dropped it back, and I've been maintaining ever since, while I slowly work towards my current goal. Very close to it. The only issue, of course, is that, if I'm honest, because I couldn't do exercising before due to a unique genetic, a lot of the weight that I lost was muscle mass. Like, I am aware and conscious of that fact. So I have to exercise not only to maintain, but also to recover some of that. I'm going to go back there. Because Roy is right there, he can kill that thing. Now, Daring is almost the second highest HP. She should get it before the last level if it does cap at 99. I am betting on it actually capping at 99. Which is a bit disappointing. I like when games have a level cap. I don't like it when you reach it before the very end. I think games should have a level cap, and if you play the game normally, you should never hit it. Because then you're like, oh, I'm getting experience, but it doesn't matter anymore. That's always annoying. I have some issues when you moved out there from the city, not walking and cycling as much, feeling less fit. Cholesterol rose somewhere through here. I had the family horses there. You don't want to exercising them, grooming them every day, feel back in shape. That's what matters, right? It's you feeling better. Sometimes feeling like you are in shape is better than actually being in shape. Because sometimes our ideas of what healthy is are a bit distorted by unrealistic ideals and stuff like that. And yes, I am thinking of what you said about your husband saying that I didn't marry a fat woman. Come on. In what fucking world are you fat? Thing. It's just kind of me. Those first few months with the change having to drive everywhere, you got lazy. It's very easy to get used to eating too much. It's very easy to getting used to not exercising. I think that for most people it does take a conscious effort to not fall into bad habits. Dropped several pant sizes. Good lord, I dropped all the pant sizes. All of them. Like right now I'm wearing like... I don't know what these are called. They're not pants, they're not shorts, they're somewhere in between. These are like the smallest size I could find. They're comfortable. Just going to say your husband has a very strict weight for you. That's kind of mean, but sure. I have a very specific weight in mind, woman. Do you know what it is? You'd better. Fucking man, am I right? Yeah. Okay, I need to unequip. Hang on. Where is my equipment? Here. I should check. It's the mithril plate. It's on Cosrow. And Haslam. Atrushan already has it, so let me get it on Haslam. So he has a 2400 thing. And then we can't buy another one, but if I sell Haslam's mithril mail, then I can? Yes. Crossrow now also has a 2400, and that's This is probably the last town in the game, so that's probably the last time we spend money. And we got a bunch back here. So now if I look at the equipment, according to my notes, you have 510, 2400, 920, and 700. Yep, then ring still has a 40 self bow. But you know, she doesn't use it, she casts spells instead, so it's whatever. They've never sold weapons that she can equip again. The game is well designed, so they knew it wouldn't matter. She can't use mithril plate, she can only use mithril mail. 630, 2400, 920, and 700, correct. So shunt. 850, 950, he hasn't upgraded in a while as well. And you have 680, 2400, 700. Alright, I think we might get upgrades in the final dungeon, but not before. Before Peroxide overlooks. Yeah, Peroxide feels very good sometimes, yes. You have struggled a lot with cholesterol, end up knowing you can only be successful if you found new meals. Not only accepted, but actually looked forward to, if that's an approach you're interested in, if you want to pick your brain. Alright, thank you, Musifate. Cholesterol is heavily affected by exercise as well. But I know, like, that's one meal that I don't want to touch at all in my day is lunch. My lunch is mostly vegetables and some meat. It's perfect. When I adjust my eating, I'm gonna touch everything except my lunch. And I think that's been helping me a lot with cholesterol. Very useful oxidizer, yes. Alright, but we have to do the whole thing. We're fully equipped, we're ready to go. I think this is a good place to stop the timer. 25 hours, 30 minutes. I'll be coming back to this game tomorrow.